to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast with your hosts, Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright.
Welcome in. Thursday, February 26th. Welcome into the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Andy Holloway here. Mike Wright in the building. And a cardboard
And
bear
a
extraordinaire. Yeah. Jason will be back on the next episode, is what I'm hearing.
That's what the rumors are.
I feel like we would have been better off just leaning into the, we damaged him with the 20 ounces of A&W root beer. For those that don't know, on the Spitballers episode last week, we made Jason, who cannot burp. He has a scientific condition. We thought maybe the method that we would approach fixing him.
Retrograde chrysarphageus dysfunction.
Yeah, you still happy you decided to read that?
Well, I mean, I crushed it, so.
Yeah. No, he has that, we think. And I think it's a true fact, but I think he takes a little bit of pride in it. Like it's like a cool, unique, I can't burp.
It's weird. I mean, he's always said it, and it wasn't until we were recording, we're actually looking it up, and yeah, it turns out this is a thing, and people get it. There's like a
you can get like a Botox injection.
Somehow Botox fixes it,
which I think you should do based on our scientific study that we then proceeded to. We thought maybe we could force it.
Yeah,
and our path was like, hey, a 12-ounce A&W root beer would be the path. And then, the Falcon grabbed a 20-ouncer, and then Jason downed it in 4 seconds.
Because I was challenging. I was talking about how I was like, hey, guys, have you ever done the thing, where you drink an entire can of soda and you don't allow yourself to burp until the end? And if you've never done it, it is extremely painful. By the time you're about halfway through that soda, you're like, oh, man. And then you get to the end, and the air has to come out of your body. It has to.
Well,
unless you have RCPD.
Yeah, it never came out for Jason.
No,
he proceeded to what I would call a pregnant state.
Yes.
And then he remained in that for 24 hours. But that is not,
Yeah, that was a different show.
Yeah, so there you go. This is our last opportunity for this. The UDK pre-order. You have until March 1st to pick it up, ultimatedraftkit.com. That is your last chance at 4 different bonuses that we are including, which include a chance to win a listener league spot, and you get some discount codes, and it is the lowest possible price, so we want to say that right here, right now. And, Mike, what do they get access to immediately?
Well, if you the UDK officially launches on June 1st. However, should you want the UDK Plus, that will also come with a DFS pass, so if you want to play DraftKings, FanDuel, any of that stuff, that will launch in the football season. But right now, we are in Dynasty season, so the UDK Plus comes with the Dynasty Pass. The first drop of that is live. We get our initial rankings. You can look at the production profiles. The team opportunity pages are gigantic and constantly updated of showing what players are leaving a team, what percentage of carries is a team losing. So, is that a good landing spot for someone, kind of preparing yourself for the draft? And the combine is going on right now. The things that we really care about, that hasn't started just yet.
Tomorrow and Saturday.
But very, very soon. And then next week, that's when we will be formulating Drop 2 of the Dynasty Pass, where we update those rankings. We get another mock draft in because we get more information. Players start separating themselves. Who will be the Matthew Golden of this year? Because we've had it now.
Yeah,
we had Worthy, and then we had Golden. 2 guys where they're really, really, really fast, and their production profile said they should not be drafted in the first, and yet they were.
Well, we actually had a conversation about the 40 times again on the Footcast yesterday, Jason and I, where we were just talking about the greats, right? How in the world? I know it makes for the best TV consumption of the combine is these very, like, you can watch a 40, right? They don't have the pads on, which, of course, they play in pads. We've said that a million times. I don't know why they don't run drills in pads. That would tell me something, right? There's a little strength aspect, right, to the sprint of carrying this extra weight.
I mean, at least a helmet.
At least a helmet. But the other part was just like the micro differential. Like, there's another player this year that might break the record, right? Oh, my gosh. I mean, the greats at the wide receiver position. Larry Fitzgerald, first ballot Hall of Famer, 4.47, 4.5. Antonio Brown, 4.47, 4.5 range. Yeah, there's Calvin Johnson, okay? That was a little bonus on top of everything else he brought to the table. But, man, I still find it, like, strangely rudimentary how we need these, like, marketable numbers. And I'm not saying it's not impressive and awesome that you can run really fast in a straight line. It's just so not indicative of everything you can do as a wide receiver. And I don't know how many John Rosses, Xavier Worthies, Matthew Goldens, Darius Hayward Bays that we need to figure this out. Like, cool. Like, if you can run in a straight line and catch a long touchdown pass, that's cool. I don't know if that makes you a first-round pick.
What's difficult about it is we know historically that 40-yard dash time is not the most, when you're talking correlating to future success, the 40 is very, very low. However, the 40 does correlate to draft capital, which draft capital does correlate to. So it's the thing, though, of, like, don't double count it.
Yes.
Like, the NFL is already going to count it. Don't let him run it. And he's a first-round pick. And you're like, well, he's a first-round pick, and he's so fast.
Yeah,
so,
no, it's a good point.
Like, this is, but all that stuff, that goes into our thinking in the Dynasty Pass and giving you kind of the information and benchmarks for production that are more desirable for a player, where the path becomes clearer for them to become a true impact player in fantasy football. Or there's late-round guys. Like, that's how you find Pacheco's and things is you look at the production profile, you're like, okay, there's a path here for that player to move up. And should that happen, look at their production profile, look at all these other things. And so it's just Dynasty prospect season is so much fun.
Yeah, and I know Jason's in the middle of trying to build a prospect model out right now. You've been building one for years. There's so many different ways to evaluate prospects, and we do the film work this time of year. We get those updates in the Dynasty Pass. All of that. Grab it. If you're going to grab it before March 1st, ultimatedraftkit.com.
I want to play a game.
All right, it is a game time day. It's a game time day. We're playing games today.
I mean, we call it the field day.
Yeah.
For the fantasy footballers, because this particular spot in February, like
the 26th.
Yeah, I mean, there's some news for us to talk about, but there's not a ton going on as we're waiting for the combine. Once the combine is over, things start moving really, really fast. But right now, we're just going to play some games, have a good time.
We are going to play some Who Am I, Mike? That is our quick question of the day. I'm going to read one clue at a time, and you can play along at home. First clue, Mike, we're going to try to figure out who this player is.
Okay.
Clue number one, my fantasy football breakout was not until my third year in the league.
Okay. A year three breakout.
I don't think I have a guess yet.
Year three. Okay.
Year three breakout.
Okay.
All right. Clue number two, I have not played a full NFL season yet. Okay.
I appreciate the yet.
That's optimistic, right? Like, I'm going to get there. So no full seasons yet. I don't have a guess.
I don't either.
Clue number three, I have never caught more than 80 passes in a season. See, I now do have. I think I have a guess.
I had a guess, but Pierce has played 4 years.
You know what? And I think my guess is wrong too, because I was going to go Quentin Johnston, but last year was second year, right?
No.
Oh.
No, last year was year 3.
Was it? No, I think I'm wrong.
Was it year 3?
I feel like Kyle can
We're allowed to look
that.
at that, right?
Yeah, you can look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, because Quentin Johnston was the one I went to right away, and I don't think that's right. I think last year was his sophomore.
No, that
season.
was year 3.
Oh, that's my guess.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to write that down quietly.
Oh, sorry.
Quentin Johnston, let me write that down real quick, quietly. Johnston. Okay.
I think it's based off of the clues. It's a pretty good guess.
Okay. Clue 4, Mike.
My nickname is kind of gross. Huge.
That's not the clue. I finished as a top 10 fantasy wide receiver 2 of the past 3 years. Uh-oh.
Oh, I actually didn't look at that part of Quinn, but he's not a top 10.
No, he's not. That's not him.
What?
I'm glad I wrote that down quietly. So wait, I didn't. Okay, so he didn't break out until year 3, but he's been a regular fantasy dominator for multiple seasons now.
Oh.
So that's where I was thinking it's just a year 3.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That was
so they could have played 4 years.
Or 5 or 6.
All right.
I mean, the breakout just happened in year 3. Finished as a top 10 fantasy wide receiver 2 of the past 3 years.
Okay.
You don't want to guess?
Do
you have a thought?
Well, I will say I am physically I'm here.
Right. Okay. You're not cognizant. Your brain is not there.
I am running purely on Theraflu and caffeine at this point.
Okay.
So
guessing is
not at the top of the list. Survival and making it through the show. So I need to jump on your back. Please carry me.
Clue number 5. Well, my guess was way off. So clue number 5. My quarterback has regressed since his exciting rookie 2023 season. Not played a full season. Oh, I know the answer to this.
Okay.
I think the
quietly write it down.
I think the answer's. Well, when do you guess out loud?
And right now.
Okay, Nico Collins. That's my. Guess. That's my guess.
Oh yeah, that's
my guess.
That's a good guess.
Because I remember, man, we were waiting for that breakout. It finally happened. Exciting rookie year, C.J. Stroud.
That's a great guess.
My name is. Here's the answer key. It's Nico Collins.
No,
it's Nico
Collins. We did it.
You and I.
What a team effort.
Nico Collins.
That's kind of you to give Andy some credit for that.
Thank you. Thank you. I was steering him.
Theraflu and caffeine. Okay. Third straight 1,000-yard season, one of 6 wide receivers to accomplish that. Nico Collins, along with A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Still, in my opinion, purely on skill, talent, ability, I still think he's underrated. I still think Nico Collins is underrated and underdrafted more often than not. And look, you just saw some of the reasons why. 1, it took you 3 years to break out. 2, your quarterback looks like dog water right now.
Man, it's oof.
And then the other one, the volume hasn't been there. And then he's missed games, right? I've never played a full season. He always misses some time. But, if you put one full season of Nico Collins out there on the field for 17 weeks, there's a chance he's the top 3 wide receiver.
100%. It's just can Stroud get it together?
Yeah.
And that is a really big question at this point.
Yeah, there were trade rumors, and the GM came out and said it's moronic to trade him. I mean,
yeah, I think that's
when you've
not
played,
great.
I mean, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Kyler. Because,
Stroud?
Yeah, just on the kind of career, I mean, it's not the same, but a career trajectory where, look, super promising, MVP candidate, lot of expectations, and then just slowly playing worse at the position. Ever since he told Caleb Williams to hang in there in the middle of the
field. So looking at the box score here, so Stroud missed weeks 10 through 12. So that's when the draft came in.
Davis Mills?
Yes.
So you still you can still recall who looks like a giraffe.
Well, yeah.
Your brain is working on that capacity.
I mean, come on.
Mike Glennon. Oh.
2 of his... So in terms of highest scoring finishes on the year for C.J. Stroud, number 2 and number 3 came with Davis Mills and not Stroud. Not that he didn't have some good games with Stroud, but that is.
Well, it's not. I'll say
not
this
what you
too.
like to hear.
It's not a great recipe for fantasy success when Stroud. To win, they don't need him to be amazing. They just need him to be pretty good.
Defense?
Yeah, because the defense is so great. So, from a fantasy perspective, that's not great. We've seen this be a challenge for Philadelphia when their defense is really good. You're not counting on the wide receivers. So, Nico might have the skills to be top 3, but maybe not the situation. Let's talk some news.
News and notes from around the league.
Are you kidding me? Jordan Schultz reports that there is strong belief that former Saints quarterback
What?
Send in the car. Send in the car.
What?
Derek Carr is very serious about unretiring and returning to the NFL. You can only play in the front yard with your kids so many times before you want to come back to the NFL. Derek Carr. Okay.
I mean, he would
be much better than a lot of quarterbacks.
Yes,
I mean,
he would be, and yet not really help anybody.
Yeah, we'll see. We also have, right after I said definitively I think they won't trade him, Dan Graziano comes out and says teams are monitoring the trade market for Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, it's just, 'tis this season. I mean, that
he's still a candidate. He's still a candidate in the sense that like his expectations for his role in the offense probably don't meet what the teams are.
Yes, it makes it. There is a world where it makes sense for Brian Thomas to be traded, and yet it would. I mean, a year 3 first round wide receiver. So you have him. You would have control of his contract for 3.
3 more years. Yeah,
for 3 because you get with the 5th year option, and it just. The price you're paying for what the level of talent for Brian Thomas, you would have. I feel like the trade would have to cost so much.
You're probably right.
Or one of those things, or it comes through and you're like, what? They traded Brian Thomas for a 3rd round pick, and they just like.
And then you start to say, oh, it must have been bad.
Yeah,
yeah. This report, everything about this report made me laugh.
Yeah. Good, because I loved it.
Are you in the same camp?
Yeah.
This is just silly. Fox Sports reporting Cardinals Kyler Murray prefers to be released ahead of free agency.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, cool.
Oh, he does? He would prefer to be able to pick the team he wants to go to for the contract that he wants to go get?
It's great. It's great. Apparently,
why would he want that?
Kyler and general manager Monty Ossenfort have not even spoken since the season ended. It's over, man. It's over.
Look, I was on record on Tuesday of most logical is that Kyler is still on the team, but we are the saga is not close to done.
No. And then we also got a report from Aaron Wilson, great reporter out of Houston. Texans are expected to part ways with Joe Mixon.
This quote.
Yeah, you want to read it?
They speaking about Joe Mixon. They think he had surgery. They think they like maybe he did. How do you not know, Joe Mixon? What are you doing, my guy?
Well, he tried to recover with some techniques that I don't think were team approved last year. It didn't work out. Never got back, and now probably won't be a part of the team moving forward. So, I think Woody Marks is one of those interesting names because
I think
everything about Woody Marks, the numbers behind his production, the fact that he's a later round pick, the fact Joe Mixon is gone, like he probably is not going to work.
I think he gets replaced.
If they don't draft somebody, all of a sudden you'll be like staring. Who was the
Damian Pierce?
No, that's a good one. But I was thinking Raiders. Running back, and we were like,
Zamir White.
Zamir White didn't get replaced in the draft, and then we're like, cool, let's go. And people drafted him, and it didn't work.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, I just think Woody Marks could have – let me put it this way. There could be a small period of time in which he is a dynasty tradable asset.
I would be trying to trade him.
Because when Mixon gets cut pre-draft, that's your moment. Go
maybe you want to wait for
Marks.
that.
Yeah, go frame Woody Marks up as the starter for a team that's pretty good, playoff team, and then cash in. All right, we'll take a break, and we're going to play some Liar Liar, and I'm quite afraid of whatever they've prepared for us. All right, we lose control of this show. That's what normally happens this time of year. And we're going to play some Liar Liar, which apparently I have a drop for. Oh, boy.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
And we do this on Spitballers. It's two truths and a lie. This is normally Kyle the Borgogan puts together some madness, takes great pride in it. We try to determine which of these things are true, which one is a lie. And according to his records, I guess this is the 7th time we've ever played this on the show. He claims that one time you were fortunate enough to win, Mike, and the rest we have lost.
I do remember winning, I don't remember that we've played it this many times, though.
Every
time you're like, hey, we're going to do liar, liar, I'm like, we do that on the...
I know.
That's the Spitballers thing.
Well, round one, we play 3 rounds, and if we can make it through 3 rounds determining what the one truth is, then we're champions of the world.
And I'm going to be jumping in for Jason.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
I do not know the answers to this either.
Al Borland is going to contribute because we can't give Kyle a 2v1 situation.
That's right.
Round one is titled Our Powers Combined, which is already frightening. All right. Here's your 3 potential truths. Number 1, in 2025, tight end Tucker Kraft played only 8 games.
True.
Yeah, nailed it. Yet he had more receiving touchdowns versus man coverage than CeeDee Lamb, Nico Collins, Michael Wilson, Jamar Chase on the season combined. So this is Kyle 101.
Yep.
We're drilling it down to man coverage. Tucker Kraft, more touchdowns against man than Lamb, Collins, Michael Wilson, and Jamar Chase combined. Truth number 2.
I don't know, nerd.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Goodness gracious.
That's what I want to say. Number 2.
Go outside, nerd.
Mighty Might Wan'Dale Robinson had as many 20-plus air yard receptions in 2025 as Jamison Williams, DK Metcalf, and Roma Dunze combined.
Okay, that
so
one.
3 guys that are downfield threats: Williams, Metcalf, Odunze, Wan'Dale. Okay, yeah, I think
that one's possible.
I think that one's very possible.
How many did Metcalf have?
Exactly. That's exactly
Did
why
he have one? 20 air yards?
Not air yards, probably. Yeah, he's had long receptions that were a result of him running.
Yeah.
Number 3, Jackson Dart in just 12 career starts has more passing touchdowns against zone coverage
Well, this is nerd's back.
than Kyler Murray has over the last 3 years combined. We don't know this, Kyle. We do not dig into the nerddom. I mean,
okay.
I think the Wan'Dale one's true, Mike. I think that one's true.
Okay.
I think that one's our layup. The question is which of the other ones are true? Tucker Kraft had a bunch of...
Well, only one could be true.
Yeah.
Or no, one's a lie. There's 2
yes,
true.
That's what I say.
All right. I don't know what I'm doing.
I know you are on drugs. Wan'Dale Robinson, I'm gonna count that one myself.
Okay.
You don't have to do that. I think that one's true. I have no idea about this man versus zone decision. Al, do you want to weigh in with your
You're
two?
a Green Bay Packers
My
super
only
fan.
insight is that I feel like maybe Kyle put that Tucker Kraft one in there just to get me to vote with my heart.
Oh yeah, because
so that could be a trap.
Because he'd wanted you to do this.
I don't know the answer, but I am going to be taking Tucker Kraft as the lie for that reason only.
I mean, the Kyler Murray one is a bit of a trick because it's like the last 3 years combined. Well, Kyler played, what, a handful of games this year and then missed the entire season 2 years ago? So he played like 16 weeks versus, or, 20 weeks versus Jackson Dart's 12? I think that one's true. I'm going to take Tucker Kraft as a lie as well.
Oh, man. Oh.
Kyle has let us know we're going to know none of these. What are we doing, Kyle?
We're playing a game. Okay, so you guys are both in on the Tucker Kraft.
Or not in. We think that one's the lie.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, you're locking that in.
We're so not in on that.
That's fair. So it's just, do we put all the eggs in one basket of the Tucker Kraft?
It's just, what's your conviction, Mike? You're the only one to win this game against Kyle.
Yeah, but as the note said, I was fortunate to win. I'm
Sure.
going to go, I'll take the Dart one.
All right, Kyle. You eliminate us immediately if Wan'Dale is the lie.
Yeah, you guys have a lot to learn. It is Wan'Dale. That's the lie.
But how close was it?
He had more than Jamison Williams, which is very different than how he used to be used.
Yes.
But the other one's far out past him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's a round 1 loss. Now we play for pride.
Round 2. Geography for dummies.
Perfect.
Number 1.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Garrett Wilson has never caught a touchdown in a city located west of Dallas, Texas, through his professional and college career, 91 games worth. so he can't catch a touchdown west of Dallas.
What are these spreadsheets? What is happening?
I'm just picturing the Jordan get help
Yes.
that we sent him.
Oh, man.
Number 2, through 5 years in the NFL and 889 career carries, Chuba Hubbard has never had a single run of 15 yards or more in the Mountain or West Coast time zones.
All right.
The worst part about this is 2 of these have to be true, which means he knows that whether they're true or not, which is the worst. Number 3, good night. Counting his 13 games as a rookie, the preseason, college and high school, tight end Mason Taylor has not forced a missed tackle in 47 of the 50 United States.
Meow.
I'm going with that one.
As the lie,
Oh, no, that one's definitely true.
Mike is so...
I don't know how to play this game.
You should, because we've played it before.
What?
How much Theraflu, Mike? Was it
whatever the maximum?
Was it a big glass?
The maximum dose. Okay.
This is good. You should go home after this.
I plan on it. So Mason Taylor, that one is definitely true, due to
yeah, he needs
no
it
dog.
to be true.
No dog.
And you shouldn't know his high school stuff, Kyle. I gotta believe Garrett Wilson's caught a touchdown west of Dallas. I'm gonna call the Mountain West Chuba Hubbard one a lie, although I don't know, man. Go ahead, Al. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Garrett Wilson as the lie, because I do have it on good authority that Mason Taylor, freshman year of high school, broke a tackle or forced a missed tackle.
You've got that in your archives?
Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
see,
I'm pretty sure that's true.
Now, Mike,
freshman
he
year.
might make the Mason Taylor one a lie if you want to go that direction, because he will want to prove that Mason Taylor can't break tackles in 49 of 50 states.
It would be great if that one were true.
Yeah, I was backwards on that, huh?
Oh, so
If
is that what you mean?
I got to lock that in as the lie. then.
Okay, so you're doing what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, sorry. My
So
head
I've
is
got
crossed.
the Chuba Hubbard as a lie. You've got the Mason Taylor as a lie, Al.
It would be insane for a human being to make it into the NFL. He was a second-round pick. Am I remembering that correct, Mason Taylor?
That's correct.
Okay. For a guy who got drafted in the second round, going back into high school to not be breaking tackles.
Are
That
you
would
going
be
Mason Taylor?
That would be weird. Yeah.
Okay. Reveal your stupidity, Kyle.
Mason Taylor is true. He's only broken tackles in Florida, Mississippi,
Oh
and
my gosh.
Louisiana.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
The Chuba
Florida,
Hubbard-
Mississippi, and Louisiana are the only states he's broken a tackle in. Kyle,
That is correct.
unbelievable. Amazing. All right, so which is the lie?
The lie is Chuba. He broke a tackle in Arizona as a rookie.
Yes.
You
He
mean
went for 15 yards.
Yes.
okay.
Wait, is that the one that I... No, that's not the one I picked. I picked
got it
Garrett Wilson,
correct,
didn't
Andy.
I? So I got
No,
it.
you picked Chuba.
I got it right. Dude, nobody knows what's going on.
I think so.
Kyle, what did I pick? Only the
You picked
audience is going to
Chuba.
know?
Yeah, Chuba.
Okay.
Okay, so you're winning.
Apparently.
I
I
think
don't feel like a winner.
Everyone is losing.
I'm winning, but do not feel like a winner. Round 3, the year of Mike is the title of this.
Oh, it was a good year.
Okay. Here's your 3 potential truths. Number 1, sometimes footballers are running late in the morning, in which they publicly share in the company Slack that we're, quote, coming in hot.
Yeah.
That is the phrase we share. Since the beginning of the Fantasy Footballers podcast, Mike has coming in hot more than Andy, but fewer than Jason. That's one that we're going to try to figure out if it's true.
So, according to that, Jason would be the most?
More than Andy, but fewer.
Yes.
Yeah, that would make Jason
would be the latest man.
That would have been the way a normal person worded it. Yes.
Okay.
Like it could have been like Jason
Got it.
has the most. That
Yeah,
could have
yeah,
been like
okay.
the truth. But he's trying to frame it into year of Mike. Very tricky. Number 2, during weeks 1 through 18 of the NFL season, the word, quote, the word pants was mentioned more times on the podcast than the number of targets George Pickens had, which was 137. So did we say the word pants more than 137 times?
Very possible.
How do you know?
I think he's scraping transcripts or something.
Number 3, Mike.
I need to know if the drop counts as a mention. Never going back.
I
to
don't
the
think it
pants
does.
store.
It
Kyle?
does.
It
Oh, it
does.
does.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got the word pants in it.
That's fair. Number 3, Mike gloriously rode CMC and Bijan to a League of Record
Oh,
championship this year.
Yes.
Coincidentally, their combined yards from scrimmage in their careers, good night, counting regular season and playoffs, is the exact driving distance from Mike's house to the footballer's studio.
Please. That has to be true. It has to have aligned.
So that would be their combined yards from scrimmage in their career. Counting regular season and playoffs, I feel like that one's true. He had to jackknife that thing together. Hard. I think that Mike is the most coming in hot. No, I think Jason is. Dang it. It's not me. I don't say coming in hot very much. I think that I might be coming in hot, but I don't say it as much as Jason does. So I feel like that's true. I'm going to say that the pants one is wrong. I don't think we said it.
I'm on that one too.
I don't think we said it 137
137
times.
that's a
lot of pants.
See, that's what I was going to lock in too. But
okay, no, you should. You should.
For the sake of, I can't. I mean,
what are you trying to tie?
Got to play
You're
the
going
game.
Game theory.
Yeah. So for that reason, I'm going to say that Mike is the latest man of you three.
Okay.
And he's the one who does. Oh, and he posted the chart. The coming in hot chart.
That is the lie. Andy's actually coming hot more than Mike, but Jason is also the most.
Oh, so I got it. I got it right for the wrong reason, but I got it right.
Interesting. So it looks like Mike and I were tied in coming in hot in 2024, but I had a couple. But then I had a couple more in 2025, and Jason is blowing us away. I mean,
for the people that can't see this, Kyle has a line graph.
Put this up on the screen. Can you get this on the screen for those watching?
Not very easily, no.
Yes, you can.
Okay,
I believe in you.
I'm on it.
I'm going to send you the. I'll send you the image.
All right,
and then you post this on the screen. Jason is coming in hot at a ratio of 2-to-1 to 3-to-1 minimum. And that's why I said I think his phrase, man. Wait, which one is the
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there's the chart. So are you telling me we never even used the language coming in hot before about 2021?
That is correct.
So we just started saying that became an excuse. And I debuted that.
You were the first in 2022.
And then Jason's like, I love that phrase. I didn't know I could come in hot. Amazing.
Excellent work, Kyle.
That didn't answer our question though, right?
Yeah, it did. That's the lie.
Yeah, because it's fewer.
Oh, you're right.
It's more,
okay.
not more than Andy.
So the pants one is true?
144 pants.
144 mentions of pants on the show. 145, baby. Incredible. And then of course, the CMC Bijan one is true.
I mean, that makes so much sense.
Of course it's true.
It had to. I mean, Jupiter had to align with Mars.
Your season was just.
It was a good time, man.
Yeah, you
should try it.
Do you feel like do you feel like you're going to have to pay for it? Do you know what I mean? Like everything lined up so much. Do you think there's going to be a
will the creditors?
Yeah, a pendulum swing if like you stub your toe 10 days in a row or something happens.
Here's the thing. Yes, absolutely. Also, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't even care.
No, I don't.
Take my life. Just give me that season. All right, we'll take another break. We'll be back with some questions. All right, we are going to jump into the mailbag. I feel like I'm supposed to thank Kyle for that segment.
Kyle, how long did that take?
Yeah. How much did we pay for? How many hours did we pay for?
You guys are out all, last week, so I had time.
Okay.
Right, but you were not. Which doesn't answer the question.
Some of those do not take as long as you think. The Bijan CMC maybe took like 20 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, you were doing don't you have some analytics too on the attendance record over?
He's got everything, man. You want Mighty Ducks analytics? He's got them.
He does have all the Mighty Ducks analytics. But like how many times we've done 3-man shows versus 2-man shows? How many times the Bears been on screen in 11 years? Aren't we going into year 12?
Jason's stats are slipping recently, boys.
Oh, are they?
No.
What trends can you share with us on the air? Because he's not here, so we don't care what you say about him. He's still coming in hot today. You have any hot stats you want to share, Kyle? You can break in anytime in Mailbag if you have a hot stat on Jason's numbers.
Jason's missed the fewest amount of shows out of anybody. So
All time?
all time.
That's not what I asked from you.
Well, I want stats that make me look good.
You said he's been slipping. That's the stuff we wanted to hear.
I'll get you one later.
Okay. All right. Into the mailbag we go.
Mailbag.
If you have a question, you can go to the website, thefantasyfootballers.com. It's also where you can find the UDK. And click that submit a question button. Send us your question or dial the voicemail hotline 302-464-TFFB. Let's kick it off with a voicemail question somebody sent in this week.
Hi, Matt from Los Angeles here, and I was wondering if you guys were to do the NFL Combine, which event would you be respectably best at? Love the show.
Well, I mean, there will not be a respectably part. So what would we perform best in relative to the NFL players or against each other?
It's yourself.
I mean, we did a combine challenge a really long time ago. Don't look it up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we did especially well at any of it.
No,
and we're
we
now
didn't.
10 years older.
We did not.
I mean, we're not fast.
No,
We're not strong compared to NFL players.
correct.
We're not quick.
No.
Maybe the gauntlet, I could catch the ball in the gauntlet.
Right? As long as you don't get hit in the face, you're okay.
Right. There's a chance of that. I'd like to see Al Borland do that one. Remember when I threw him that pass out here in the street?
Then he fell.
And then he fell down?
Yeah, that part, I liked the part where he fell down.
Yeah, that one's a truth. You remember that, Al?
I do. But in our flag
He's been wearing Bodman
no,
ever since.
No, flag football, 100% catch.
100% catch
Yeah.
rate.
How many total catches do you think I threw to you? Or
In
how many
flag
passes
football?
did I ever throw to you?
3.
3?
Yeah, you think he doesn't know?
I caught them all.
Man, how hard was it?
Don't worry about the one where I ran the wrong way after catching.
No, you did you?
Yes.
How? Did you get
That was
spun around?
our first season.
Oh,
No,
incredible.
The first season.
Yeah, my bearings were all off.
This week without Jason has just focused on Bodman over there.
Yes.
I mean,
It was like a check down. It wasn't like a designed play for me. And you just tossed it to me, and I just ran the wrong way.
I have no memory of this, but
that's
that
amazing.
is fantastic.
yeah, I guess I'll go gauntlet. I feel like I can catch it. So we'll see. I don't know. Mike, you want to do the vertical?
No, vert is never broad jump. I've always been okay at.
Wonderlick?
Oh, please.
Give him
I
the
mean, I don't know
Wonderlic.
what's
not
there.
on the medicine you're on now.
No.
He's
All
the
right.
one on the Wonderlick right now.
Well, I'll probably still beat Stroud, right? He was the one who had the massive failure.
Yeah, he was the one that had the failure and then dominated as a rookie.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, great.
Yeah. Maybe it matters. I don't know.
Jason, you can give him some bench press, I guess. See what he hold. Can he bench 225 though? Probably not.
No, none of us can bench
I don't
225.
think so. No, I don't think so.
Rep 225? Maybe. I don't think we can get one. We will die.
I
That
don't
bar
think,
will
I don't
crush
think
us.
we could get one. Maybe. You want to try that one out on our
Not
list
really.
of challenges?
I feel like you
Did you see the kid?
If you're wrong and you can't get up one rep, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Did you see the kid? The 14-year-old kid who just dropped 450 on his chest?
What?
This is going around right now. He actually had to come out and talk about it. The freeze frame.
He's alive?
He's alive. The freeze frame of the bar and how far depressed his chest is when it lands.
No.
He had 3 useless spotters.
Why are we letting 14-year-olds bench that much?
We shouldn't be. But, yeah, he had a spotter, the normal, like the set spotter behind, and one on each side, and all 3 of them did nothing.
What?
He instantaneously dropped the bar. Thank goodness he's alive. Didn't break anything somehow. I guess at 14 you're Gumby. Your bones are Gumby. But no, that was
interesting.
That was insane.
Jeremy does want to let people know he's confident he can get at least one.
I'd like to know.
I just wanted to let you know that.
I'd like to know.
Thank you for letting them know.
We should
Is
try
that because of the really ripped abs?
That's right. Couple
He's
squirts of that.
He sprays right before the lift.
It's my pre-workout.
Is he like your spinach?
Yeah, it's the
like,
pre-workout.
You power up like Popeye.
He only sprays them right there.
Yeah.
Sprays it right
And
onto
the abs just get so ripped.
Teddy writes in, any year 3 breakout predictions?
Ooh, like someone who's going to jump into the top 3?
Yeah. Any year 3 breakout predictions? That's the Marvin Harrison Jr. Neighbors class.
Oh.
So next year will be year 3 for Neighbors and Marv. And, man, I mean, Neighbors is a little too.
Neighbors needs to be healthy.
I mean, I feel like he's already broken out too.
He has, but he needs to be. If he's healthy, he's going to dominate.
We got the big year
I mean,
from
that was
BTJ and Ladd already. Keenan
Yeah.
Coleman, not predicting that one.
No. I do not have a prediction for that. Oh, no, I do. Trey Benson.
Yeah, I don't know what Arizona's doing.
I don't either.
That's the end of the sentence.
I don't think they know what they're doing. President and owner Michael Bidwell has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, not just owner.
And
President and owner.
Oh, Kyle's reminding me of Ben Sinnott, maybe. But I think James Conner will be gone. I think they'll just decide to clear house. Not that he can't play.
Connor's a goner?
Connor, oh, nice. Connor could go somewhere and still be very productive, but I think that they will probably move on. There was chatter of the Cardinals being linked to Breece Hall, which obviously that can't happen. Well,
the Jets shut that down so quick.
It could theoretically happen if they transition tag him, because then Breece Hall can go get offers and the Jets just have the right to match it. I don't know. I still believe in Trey Benson as a player who just really hasn't had his opportunity yet.
We'll get to see Jonathan Brooks back out on the field, hopefully, next year. Blake Corum is a player that can come into the conversation as one that's Braylon Allen if Breece leaves.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he's.
Do we get Pearsall for more than a game of consistency? That would be another name with them not having wide receivers. There you go. All right, Warren writes in from X, is Caleb Williams a top-tier quarterback next year?
Ooh.
He had the high-end finishes this year, 5 games of 24-plus points. He had the big playoff performances that I think impressed a lot of people. He has a slew of weapons that we love. Luther Burden.
Yes.
Mr. Loveland. That would be, and Roma didn't
Is he a top-tier?
What does that qualify as? Top 6?
Yeah, I mean, just a guy you're playing, a difference maker every single week.
I don't believe that right now.
I don't think so either. We got to fix that completion percentage. We have 58%? Was it really that bad? I always forget how bad it was.
58% completion percentage.
That's not good enough. That's not good enough.
No, that number will come to bear over time.
So I would say as of right now, no, but he's mobile. I mean, he is unbelievably athletic.
Yeah, he does.
He's so fast.
He does some crazy stuff. He kind of reminds me sometimes of Steve McNair, being able to escape in the pocket. Mr. Ugly Par writes in on Instagram.
Okay.
Who in the office throws the football the best?
That's Andy. Andy was the quarterback on the flag football team.
Yeah, that flag football team.
And he was the quarterback because he could throw the ball the best.
Yeah, that was the A plus B there. And I could throw it the very best with my 100% completion rate.
Yeah.
How much offense did you ever play, Al?
I played O-line quite a bit.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. And those were good old days. Good old days. Lots of surgeries. Lots of surgeries from those days. Most of them by Papa Josh. Papa Josh, 2 ACL tears?
Yep, and a toe surgery.
And you repaired how many of the ACLs?
Just one.
Okay. All right. So you gave up after the first surgery, right?
No, I had the first surgery, came back, and then blew it out again.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what giving up after the first surgery means.
Yeah, I left it all on the field. My ACL's still there.
You did, and we won our one championship. All right. Mario in Mexico, Buenos Dias, Foot Clan leaders. I'd like to submit a formal request for Jason to host a show.
Oh.
I'm sure it would be a lot of fun.
For who? define fun and define.
It would be fun. It would be something.
He would be just fine.
Yeah. All right. YouTube question. What do you value more, your internal scouting or how the NFL values a player, a.k.a. their draft capital, especially when they are very, very different?
When they're very different, I do tend to let the draft capital change. It's not changing my opinion, but it's changing what I believe their outcome are, or what the outcome could be. The NFL gets a lot of things right. I mean, it obviously not every time, because we just had Cam Scatterbo, which was the declaration was for me was until the NFL tells me that Cam Scatterbo is not the guy, I believe he is. Then he went in the 4th round. That draft capital says he can't be it, but he was immediately. So,
I mean, it is the year of Mike. I think some of your stuff in that department worked out pretty well. I mean, Travion as well went much later than people expected. They thought maybe Chicago would take him really early in the draft. I don't know what we call Travion right now. I don't think we call him like this.
It was I don't know if he came through for his draft, his ADP in fantasy football.
What do you see moving forward? Like if you just have to throw out a number for Travion next year, it's February. You got to throw out a redraft number for Travion. I don't have a great conviction about this. It was a special year for New England. Their schedule was very easy. They have a shared backfield.
I think I think he improves in year 2.
What was his fantasy finish this year, Kyle? Do you know that off the top of your head?
We can go look.
I'm guessing 20.
Travion Henderson finished as the running back 19.
Okay. So,
but really,
but I feel like 16 is maybe where I'd throw him right now.
Yeah, right around a top 15 guy.
Yeah. So, one last reminder here, ultimatedraftkit.com. This is our last chance before March 1st, which I believe is Sunday. I think it's Sunday. Is that right?
That is correct.
Last chance, ultimatedraftkit.com. If you want a chance to play in the listener league and get a spot there. We are going to say goodbye. That is the end of the show. We're going to let Mike get better.
Back to bed.
We'll be back to full strength, hopefully, next week. And we appreciate all of you listening here in February.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Join our fantasy football community on jointhefoot.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.